And hello to all my Aries friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent. Today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for November 2021. Now today they have dialed up for you a Celtic cross spread. It is a large spread, about 10 cards to start. I might tack on a few more on top of that, angel oracle cards for more clarity. But it's a big spread. It's good for general readings because it mostly focuses on one topic. And it also just looks a little bit back in the past and a little bit into the future. So it's really good for looking at the window of the scope of what's going on right now for my Aries in November. So we're going to get right into it. I'm going to bring you in so you can watch. Go ahead and hit the like button and build up the energy for the Aries. There we go. So what I'm doing now, I like to do on camera, are my ritual cuts. It basically cuts the deck into 3 different pieces, puts them back together in a separate order. And then that satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. I do that with both decks. And then they're ready to run. So here we go with Celtic Cross. Aries Celtic Cross for November. This is you and all that you are. This is what crosses you. This is what's behind you, the recent past. This is what's in front of you, the near future. This is what's above you, something you are aware of. This is what's below you, something that you're not. So there's the main cross. See if I can consolidate it there. I think it's in view. So there's your main cross, and then we have running up the sides with number 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'll move the camera so you can see 10 better. I know it's kind of, I tail it in just to try to get it on view. It never really works because the wide angle doesn't work for a tall spread. So this is our main cross right here. And then over here we have 7, 8, 9, and there he goes, 10. That's our final outcome for November. And let me see what other tack-ons I need here. It looks like not too much. One here. And when 2 are together like this, I'm just going to do 1 for the core. That's where we start. Okay, so there we go. Let's zoom out and let's get to work, Aries. Oh, I forgot to say the best part. Aries, they have asked that we end this reading with animal totems. Animal totems are like the greatest thing. They're so much fun. Now for you, they've asked me to do 2 animal totems. So you actually get 2, which means we talk about transitioning from one into the next. So we're going to end the reading there. So make sure you stick with to see what that's all about. Always a lot of fun. They always throw some weird ones at me. All right, so I'm just reorganizing this a little bit so I can see it more clearly. I'm all over the place here. So the very first thing that they want to talk about for Aries for November is you have a tendency to be quite scattered as we enter November. You're really putting your energy either between 2 different people or 2 different places or 2 different things, at least 2 different things. You're spreading yourself way out. They really want you to bring it back in and kind of focus on one thing. They want you to be a little tunnel visioned right now. Focus on what's going on, like right in front of you. Over here we have the Fool card. That's what's crossing you. So a lot of you are on a brand new journey. The Fool card does not mean that you're a fool. It's a brand new journey. Now it does come with the connotation not to be foolish. So you just want to be like a little cautious while you're on this new journey. A lot of you started something new and it's going to be different for all the Aries. Of course, you know, there's so many Aries tuning in. What that journey is going to be different for everybody, but there's a newness going on right now in November for a whole bunch of Aries. That's going to hopefully resonate with you because it's coming in strong. It's coming in clean. There's no blockages here at all. So it's a really good time for new stuff, but at the same time, like just keep the risks low. You definitely don't want to be doing anything that's high risk, whether it's moving money into high risk places or doing health things that are high risk, you know, like crazy diets or whatever it is. We just want to be conservative right now in November. Good month to be conservative. Let's see, what else with the Fool? The card right behind it, the Oracle card, Comfort. A lot of you are healing. They're talking about healing going on here, and I know we had a doozy of a reading for my Aries last month. If you've gone through any kind of a like breakup scenario, you might want to actually check the last reading because that was specifically about a lot of that stuff, just to kind of catch up. But a lot of you are moving into a better place. You're finding healing and comfort. Your heart is in a much better place this month. So I'm really glad to see that Aries are moving forward in the emotional, love center quite a bit. And also, your guides are helping you as well. This is an angel oracle card, so they're reminding you that like you're not alone here. You have help here. You have guidance. You have comfort. And whether it's physical comfort, like you have a great group of friends and family and stuff like that, or even if it's angelic or energy, either way, they're saying that you are not alone here. You are guided. You're going to get through this, and you have been getting through this is what they show a lot. Like I said, the improvement is something that you just cannot negate. You can't take away from any kind of improvement, because it's good regardless of how much or how little improvement it is, as long as you're moving in the right direction. That's really what it's all about. Now, as we go into the near past here, the recent past, they talk about not being able to make up your mind about something. Hopefully that's coming, you're going to come out of that at some point. I don't know when, but that's what they want to talk about. They say that there's a lot of not making up your mind or not taking the action, with whatever has been on your mind lately or bothering you or plaguing you. They show an inaction going on recently. So this is probably like, I don't know if it's September, October, or just October they're talking about, but they're talking about a lack of action with your mental clarity, your kind of like your decision-making process and stuff like that. So there's really not much we can do about it, because the past is the past, but it's part of the spread. It's part of them saying like, hey, we acknowledge what you're going through, and you're not alone dealing with this. So back to the angel card again. All right, so now as we move forward, the near future here, I have the Eight of Pentacles. It's coming in inverted. So this is basically saying easy money, easy work, easy flow. It's something coming to you that you almost don't have to work for. It's just that simple. It's that easy. It's that effortless. So good things to see there. This message is mostly probably financial or health related. It's probably somewhat split between the Aries. I'm just kind of looking ahead a little bit to see. They're talking about a lot of money here. Most of you are, this is going to be a money message. Okay. So in the future, the near future, we have a lot of good, prosperous money opportunities for Aries. A lot of good things that can come out of that. So let's just call it through the end of the year, because the near future is not just November, it's probably December too. So there we go. Good things to see, good things coming your way. And like I said, we do have more money things to talk about, but in case that was a health related thing, which they are telling me, it's part of the Aries spectrum too. And I guess it's a good time to remind you that this is a general reading. And we have a lot of Aries bubble energy here that we're sharing all the energy. And if you're looking for messages that are private and personal, specific only to you, I do offer private readings on my website, scottsagent.com. So easy moving forward. I'm going to put a number on it. It's probably around the 20% of my Aries that this is a health message for, and that health is getting easier, health is improving, your health is getting better. And that's for those of you that fall into that, it's because you're working on it. It's because you did the hard work, and now it's becoming easier work. For the rest of you, this is the financial message that I already talked about. So either way, it's very promising and good things to see. Okay, so as we move into the above position, here they're talking about something you're very aware of. I'm not telling you anything new, but at least it gives a kind of a correspondence like, hey, we recognize that you're going through this and this is what's going on. Now up here they talk about kind of not giving a shit about something lately. So a lot of you have had this kind of attitude where it's just like, well, I don't even care anymore. It's just going to be the way it's going to be. It's out of my control. That's kind of the vibe. Now, where this falls into you specifically is going to be so different for different Aries. I'm almost not going to even speculate it. It is a pentacle, so it could often be finance or health, but this is just such a vague description of, it's just that energy of just not giving a shit. There's just no better way for me to say it than that. It's just the perfect phrase for it. And so and you know this. So whatever that describes, you're well aware of what I'm talking about. They're saying you just don't care about something anymore, and you've just decided that it's best not to care about something anymore. So just know that Spirit's aware of that. Okay, we're not necessarily going to change that. Maybe it's a good thing that you don't give a shit anymore about it. It is what it is. So anyway, as we move into the bottom card, now they're talking about something that you're not aware of. And this here is the balance between two different areas of your life. They say that this is in constant kind of tipsy-turvy, like really a struggle. They do give you credit. They say you do a really great job with that. That's good to see. But at the same time, they're saying that a lot of you don't realize how imbalanced these two areas of your life actually are. Now, let me talk about the areas that it can be. Usually it falls into love, like your love corner with either your family or your relationship or your close friends with somewhere else. So it can be work, work and home, battling each other. Sometimes finances get in there and sometimes health does too. But it's basically one or two of these four that are in this constant juggling act with each other. So they're saying that you're going to need to continue to do that in November. They give you credit though. They say you do a pretty good job of it, but they want you to be aware that this could improve. There are steps that you can do to improve this even more, because it's coming in the under position like you aren't really, a lot of you just don't even see this as being an issue at all. So they want to bring up that it is, and you can do something about this. This can be improved. So over here, when we get into the advice column, the advice is an action in regards to love. They want you to move forward with your love situation. Now, the context of that's going to be very different. Let me give you an example. If you're an Aries who is single, this could be taking an action to go on a date or to meet somebody or join a website or an app or something like that. That would be a love action. So that would apply to singles or something like that. Now let's say you already are dating somebody. A love action could be going on a more important date or taking the dating to the next level or whatever it is. It's a step is basically what it is. It's a step. So even if you're in a relationship yourself or married, it basically doesn't matter. You're moving in a positive step, or at least that's the advice. They really want you to take a step with love. So hopefully it's a step that's very positive for you. Next, we have the external influence here. A lot of you are getting over this. This mental sickness is how it's described. It's described as a sickness like pain through the heart, being stabbed through the heart. Could be deceit, or it could be just pain, situations that you're dealing with that have not been great that you've just overcome or are overcoming. That all that stuff comes up for the environment. So you've just been kind of maybe thrown in the middle of it. And some of you, this might not even be about you. This could be something that you're witnessing because your environment is what's around you. So this might not even be you. This is just this could even be somebody you're close to, a close friend or family member that you see going through this pain and this hardship and whatever it is. And you're just so close to them that it just, you feel it too. It's your Aries are very empathic most of the time, and that's what comes up. So whether it's you or whether it's somebody close to you, at least it's showing that you're getting over it or they are getting over it. So you're on the right side of the hump, long story short. Now, as we get into hopes and fears, they say that a lot of you have a fear of bad luck. So basically, you're fearing things that you can't even control, which, it makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't. It's kind of silly if you think about it logically, because things that are out of your control, it's really a waste of energy to worry about it because it's out of your control. There's not a darn thing in the world that you can do to change it. So if it's out of your control, giving it any kind of energy is just a waste of that energy. You're basically just taking your energy and just throwing it right in the dumpster, and you don't even realize it most of the time. So worry about the things that you can control and not the things that you can't. That's really what that's about there. Now, they did give me the life review card for the oracle card, so they want you to take inventory of your life, resolve things, change what needs to be changed, to heal, whatever it is for you. Find this balance. Aries are struggling to find balance. They kind of had different ways to say that in different parts of the spread, but the theme is kind of like congruent. You can see the vibe of different ways to say the same thing. So they really want you to use this time to think about, especially things you cannot control. Find a way to stop worrying about it, or at least just lower it, tune it down. Worry about the things that you can control, because that, is energy well placed instead of misplaced. So that's what we have there. Now, as we end with the final outcome card, before I do that, I do want to tell you about the moon cycles, because the moon cycles take a big part in all of this. The moon cycles, I like to give you the forecast every single month so you know what to expect. For example, November the 4th. That's when we have the new moon energy coming in. That's the best time to bring anything new into your life. It doesn't have to be on the 4th, just any time toward the very, very beginning of November. Perfect time to bring anything new in, whether it's work, health, starting something new with your health, a new love, whatever it is. Beginning of the month, much, much better placed. It'll stick much better if you do that. Now, adversely, we have the full moon energy on November 19th. That's when you want to get anything out of your life that doesn't fit anymore. Much easier to do that, especially if you have a hard time letting go of something. Much easier if you do it around the 19th. It doesn't have to be on the 19th, just anywhere around that third week. I used to say end of the month for the full moon because that's the way the cycles have gone for a while, but it's starting to shift up, and I'm not going to tell you do it at the end of the month, because at the end of the month it comes back into the new moon energy again. So really that third week, the kind of the let's just call it the 12th through the the 22nd, something like that. Very good window of opportunity to get anything out of your life. So whether it's people, or whether it's stuff you got to get rid of, or emotional baggage, or habits you need to break, whatever it is, much better placed in that time window. So the moon cycles are very important. Now, as I get into your final outcome here, we have the Ace of Pentacles inverted. Your final outcome for the month, they're talking about there's something new coming in here that wants to come in that's not coming in November. I don't know what it is for you specifically. For some of you, this may be new money. For others of you, this may be new health. That, like I told you, this spread is full of pentacles. And pentacles are usually money, but sometimes it's also health. So I have to kind of give it to you both ways. So there is something blocked here with new money or new health. It's not coming in now. So I don't know if, I would probably say, at least from an advice perspective, probably not the greatest time to start anything brand new with health. Probably not the greatest time in November to start anything new with finance. Now, it's something that you've already started and have been working on. No problem there. Continue doing it. It's great. Just nothing new is really coming in November. November is kind of business as usual for my Aries in quite a bunch of different ways here. They really want you to focus on the things that you can control, though. Find that comfort and find that healing, and that is a wonderfully placed Celtic cross spread, because there's a lot of good information in there for you guys. So as we get into the animal totems, I do want to quickly tell you about joining the newsletter, because I have a huge giveaway in December for that, and I'm only offering it to my newsletter people. To join the newsletter, all you have to do is go to my website. It's free, scottsagent.com. You go to the bottom, you enter your email address and your first name, and you send that off. And then you're in the newsletter program. I only send one newsletter email per month. It's just for updates and also promo codes to save money on readings, personal readings, and stuff like that. So it is a no-brainer. Take advantage of that. Like I said, that December giveaway is going to be massive, and everybody's going to get... I'm not going to give away what it is. I'm not going to tell you what it is right now, but you're going to get it for free. Everybody is. It's if you want it, and people will want it. It's going to be crazy. So make sure you're signed up for that if you are not. Also, make sure you follow the Facebook page, because I do Facebook giveaways in addition to that, right around the 20th of every single month. So make sure you follow the Facebook page. So all good stuff there. So now let's get into your animal totem. Always a lot of fun there. Now, your animal totem is a transition. So we have two of them. That one's a major. I can't do that. All right, so we have the Eight of Wands. Now I have to see what they are. So we have the Eight of Wands first, inverted. All right, so our first one is going to be an osprey. Very interesting. I love when they give me kind of off-the-wall ones. And the second one is going to be, we're transitioning from an osprey into coral. Osprey into a piece of coral, or a bed of coral, I guess it would. Is that what it's called? A reef? A reef of coral, a bed of coral. So we're moving from an osprey into coral. Fascinating. Here we go. Okay, so the first takeaway between an osprey going into a coral is that coral don't move. They're very, stuck. They're asphyxiated. They're kind of like permanent structures. They're more like trees in the water. So there's not a lot of movement and mobility there, where the osprey has free range. He can fly, he can go wherever, and he catches the fish. So, I mean, even though the osprey is like fresh water, they don't really share with the coral in the salt water. It doesn't matter, because the point that Spirit is trying to make here is that they want you to get away from chasing. They want you to get away from going after the fish. And what the fish is for you is going to be different for everybody, for the different Aries, but they want you to get away from chasing and from going after blank, fill in the blank. Instead, they want you to worry more about your structure, your home, your foundation, your home environment. They want you to stop going after things and worry more about being habitual, being sticking with good habits, kind of building that foundation so that others can enjoy your environment as well. Just like the coral provides like a habitat for, a whole bunch of other fish. So they're taking you from being a predator and going after something and chasing into kind of being more just kind of complacent. Be good with your current self in your current situation, the way that it is and the way that it sits, and be welcoming and warm to others. So that's what they're showing for your animal totem transition. Like I said, always very interesting stuff there. So that is where we're going to conclude with the entire reading. We've been through the Celtic Cross, 2 animal totems. That's where we're going to end here. I do want to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. Please remember to like and subscribe if you have not yet. I do these videos every single month, and I will see you all soon.